Hello, my name is Nilesh Jaiswal, and this is my project. So I have chosen problem statement 3, which was a smart find and replace. So this problem statement basically uh, define like uh, we don't have to spoon in our AI model or the AI which we have integrated APIs. So we don't have to spoon feed that model as and we want that model to give us smart more enhanced version of the replacement of what we want to replace, and we enter that in the file. So I have implemented various feature here. So let's check it out one by one. So as you can see, this is the dashboard of my project. So here you can see a total number of entries, content type, recent changes, which how much AI suggestion it has given, one, two, three, like that. So first of all, let's see this total entries. It is directly connected to the Contentstack CMS. So if you can see here, in Contentstack CMS, I have created a five content type. That's why it's showing here five content types and I have five entries also. So it's totally real time based with content stack CMS. If I have published the content type entries, so it will show here published. If I haven't published, it will show here draft. If uh, if we want to see the recent activities what we have performed here, so we can see what activities we have performed and have integrated uh, the various feature of content stack CMS such as launch, automate, and webhook also. So yeah, that's the overview of it. So if you can see here in content type, we can see how much content that we have published in CMS and the respective field of that content type. And then we can see find content also. Uh, Apologies for that. So here you can see your find content, and this is like a bulk operation. Here, basically, we will replace the bulk content of our content type. You want if we select an content type, and then if you want to replace something such as like in my product, I have a term name gem. If I want to replace that gem with Gemini, so I will just give you it and it will give me total entries and how much time that gem word is repeated in my content entry, and then how then we have to go preview, and we have apply button. Preview is like user will see basically before applying to anything, user will be able to see where and how much time the content is repeated, and then once the applied is clicked, it will uh, apply and automatically change the content for us. I have implemented AI suggestion also, and you can see here there are two fields, single text and batch processing. So the single text and batch processing is basically the term where if I have to replace a single text, such as such as uh, I had my laptop just glitch, I guess. So yeah, so if I want to see what AI will suggest for this text. I will click on generate, and you can see here it is telling that our original was uh, overly promotional tone, which is at the end, and it is suggested that we should replace with market heavy language. And I have given here reason and metrics also that why it should be changed, like it is contextual relevance, for its content alignment, for brand consistency. So here it has given various reasons, various metric why it should be changed and what it should be changed. So it is like that. And here I have given overall tone. The overall tone basically you have tone like professional, you have tone like casual, you have tone like technical. So it will give what type of tone it is and how much confident AI is, and the general suggestion also from AI only. Here I have also given a named entity recognition, which is basically NER model. I will show you batch processing later. So here NER model, here also single text and batch processing. This also does the same, just it is trained by LLM. I have personally trained this named entity recognition uh, model in my project. So here, if I clicked on extract entities, so it will just extract entity and will tell us uh, how much it is reliable and viable. So here I have basically used two models. One basically is TRF model, and second one is SM model. TRF model is basically a transform model, which is much better model than small model, which is just which give us very less confident answer. And TRF is basically a very high confidence answer, so it's nice. And I have given here analytic also. So here we can analyze what is our text about, and then it can we can see here what it has suggested and all and all. So for better understanding, I can take you to Postman where I have implemented various routes. Basically, my everything which I have implemented here, like all the integration of brand kit, webhooks, launch and automate also. So yeah, let me take you step by step. So as you can see here, this is the replace now. The replace uh, the replace route is basically our basic route, which will tell us like it, it just give a simple static response with the endpoint list. If the there is an error, it will just return error 400 and it will process or data fetch data. So let's just see one by one. Yeah, like yeah, it's this route won't give any valid answer. It will give us 400, but I have just mentioned this route because it will give us our endpoints. So as we can see here, yeah, here in content type UID, we can get multiple content type. This is directly coming from Contentstack CMS. So if I give any other content type, which is already in my Contentstack CMS entries, so if I enter, so it will give us various fields which I have entered in the CMS. Mm, yeah, like this. It will give us various response. The preview is basically the route where user will be able to see what it have to change. So first it will just enter some requirement, some body, which will mention which content type you want to change the content and its UID. And here basically we will define some rules, and the rule will suggest that what we have to re- like what we have to replace. So in find, we will just enter what we have to replace, and in apply, we will enter the term with which I have to replace and various other fields. So if I just enter this, um, it will show me the response here. I have given the before view and after view also, but at first it will tell us in which field there the changes will be occur. So in field description, name, email, tags, titles, website. So you can see here in description there is Gemini, and in name there is Gemini, in title Gemini, and etc. mentioned the field. So I want to make this Gemini gem. So here you can see I have a before and then I have after also. In after you can see the Gemini have become gem in the respective field which Gemini was mentioned. So the preview won't apply those changes. It will just give user the idea of how the text will uh, look, how the text will look, the changes will look, and if user agree with the changes, it will just go to apply, which is basically here. The user will just go to apply and I'm sorry for that. So just user will click on apply and the changes will happen. So if user did apply, so uh, the changes will occur and you can see the total changes and all replace changes. So yeah, and here it's coming 3 because I have written Gemini 2.8 Pro. If I have just written Gemini and here Gem, it would have given us 7 just like it has given in the preview. So let's move further. And you can see now there is a bulk review. Bulk preview. Bulk preview is basically just similar to preview, but it will occur to the bulk fields like what can I say? Just like it will first check the content type UID and the entry UID, and then it will just we have to give here various rules, just how we given in the preview. This bulk preview changes for multiple entries simultaneously. If I have to say in like summary, so here we will just give rules what we have to change in find and what term we have to change in replace. So just like a preview we will give here, but you will notice the changes here occurred in multiple fields like website. It give us occurrence also, like how many times this website is given to, because the href and the URL, I guess both are the href and that title both are changing. So yeah, that's why it's given us to the title, tags, and the various fields. So just give us the whole uh, just give us the whole overview, what will change and how will change in the bulk preview. Uh, if we agree with the changes, we will just go to bulk apply and just enter those fields. So yeah, and if we see if we see the response is given true, so this means the changes have been done. And here we have got the job ID also. Here job ID. If we copy this job ID and go to our next URL API, just enter this ID here, we can see. Oh, alright. There might be some issues occur. So yeah, that job ID just basically give us what the changes have been performed and how it is performed. And here I have given snapshot and rollback also. So you can see rollback is basically just the fallback uh, API. If if the content doesn't work, the fallback will occur. Here we can see the suggest out. The suggest out basically is completely based on AI. So whatever the changes here it is, the AI will give us. So like first we just check the AI is good. Let's check what is the status of our AI. And we can see the we are using Gemini, we are using this model, and we have Kia. So now if we just go to the suggest route, this suggest route is basically is here. So if you want to get suggestion by AI, like what should be, then we can use the suggest route. We have to just enter the text, whatever the content UID are, and entry UID. And if we just enter, we can see we have got the suggestion by AI, and it will be giving us confidence rate also. Confidence range will range from 0 to 1. If the AI is very confident, it can go to 0.9, and this if 0.9 is basically like it's giving a valid suggestion. If the if um, confidence is low, we can just see like it is not very valid. So we can review it personally, and we can tell our products that we have to apply changes or not. So yeah, so this is suggest out and suggest batch. So this I told you that suggest batch is something different from suggest. And suggest batch, you just had to enter the field that in batch wise that you have to uh, you want suggestion. Just like I have entered a contact, I have entered my email, I have entered the URL, href, and then little bit of info. If I want suggestion on these badges, like this particular field, so the AI will give us, yeah, we just like here we are using old side, the AI just suggested us the new email, and basically similar for other stuff also, like it just given us old company to new company, it has given us confidence rate also. So I have mentioned, I have given various field. So the AI will just perform and will give us the valid responses. This is the suggest route. And I have this NER route, which is basically named entity relation route. So here we can see the NER route is basically my LLM, which I have trained. If the AI doesn't work, so it will fall back to our trained model. So like you can see here, the NER route is, yeah, good. It's giving this service NER. NER basically is our LLM. So if we see, if I want this text to be suggested in other way, like yeah, I want what is the product, and like basically what is the label in this tag, in this text, what are the source and basically different stuff. So I can get it. It won't give the AI response, it will give the what LLM has been trained upon. So just like you can see, Gemini 2.8 Pro is a product which is correct. Gemini is an organization under Google, so it is also correct. This is an email, so it is also correct. So basically, it is giving us the valid responses and version and MISC and the productivity platform. It is also again. So these are the terms which I have basically trained my LLM upon. So whatever the text may be, it will generate uh, accordingly. You can change the text also. And NER batch is basically just like our batch, but here we can suggest like very specific component. Like if I given this, so it will give response on a particular text, just like Microsoft is an organization, Azure is a product, and it has using model TRF. The TRF basically is a transform model, just as I have said. It is a much more complex and reliable model, which gives us a valid answer response uh, than small model, SM model. So for next text, you can see OpenAI is an organization, ChatGPT is the product, and again it is using TRF model. Uh, TRF model I kept as the default. If TRF model doesn't work, it will fall back to SM model, which will definitely work. And you can see for Amazon also. So basically, this is my the route which will give us a response. You can see spaCy service. spaCy service is basically my microservicing a model route. So you can see I'm using two models, SM model and TRF model, just like as I mentioned. If just like you have seen MISC product organization org, so you can see various label here, like what labels I had trained my model upon, the description, like if there is a person including fictional, it will be a person, countries, cities, state, it will be GPE. The MISC might be somewhere here only, not able to see, but yeah, it will be here. So yeah, so this is my model on which it is trained upon. This is the metric on which the model was giving response here. So just like we have seen here on what metric the response was given by AI. So those same metric have been applied here also. That our model will give us this metrics, different metric, which we are getting by training a model. Here there is one more another route, which is basically particularly for a model, and this route was for model as well as for front end. So if we see the spaCy service route, so it will give us the required field, just like we entered, like the Apple in corporation is an organization. The confidence is one is like a very high. So yeah, the AI is suggesting this is the model is suggesting this is the Apple incorporation and various stuff. So it will depend upon your text, what you entered. The text will be on your choice. It will just give the correct response. There is no route also, which will give us for the specific stuff. So as you can see here, I given the processing and time also, but it in millisecond, and it will give batch size also, like how much batch is there. There are two entities, therefore two batch. So yeah, this is my space here. I have integrated a brand kit also with it, and along with brand kit, I have integrated webhooks, launch, and automate. So these are coming directly from the Contentstack CMS to the product. And this brand kit is basically about particular brand. If some brand is entered, if the brand is registered on Contentstack CMS, uh, the product will give a suggestion according to that brand So as you can see, the brand kit is provided. Yes, it is true. And brand kit status is also true only. I have just for understanding purpose, I have mentioned four brands, so that's why it is giving four. In real life, the amount of companies or brand that registered on Contentstack CMS, the brand will see here. Uh, there is a sync route. The sync route will suggest that the uh, the response for the particular brand has been given, so it will just response as success here. Brand updated, brand various rule also. Tone rule updated means the suggestion which is given, it is like professional, technical, or casual. And we can see in suggestion like how it is giving for text this and test this. There is no suggestion given, so that's why it's coming the empty array. If some suggestion were given for particular brand for Google, so then it would have given the suggestion. But since it's not giving any suggestion, then it means our uh, text is completely fine. So here is tone based. Tone based is basically like our target, like in what tone I want my suggestions. If I selected profession, then it will just give the suggestion in professional tone. Here it is telling overall tone like this text is casual. So it gives suggestion like what can be better, what is the issue of this text, and then it will just give us the suggestion like the severity is very high, the severity is medium, so we can suggest on the basis of severity which suggestion we have to take. So yeah, it will give suggestion based on the target. So if the target zone is casual, it will give casual. If technical, it will give technical as per the target zone, which you can select as per our own choice. I have integrated webhooks also here. So webhook will be directly integrated to Contentstack CMS. As you can see, the webhook status is very positive. It giving enable for all the routes, the entry, asset, publish, okay, yeah. The signature verification and webhook secret configuration are shown false. It's because the signature verification is just for verifying that the uh, webhook authorization is valid, and I have personally kept it for demo purpose. If we want to make it true, just we have to mark the signature verification as true in our code, and webhook config secret configured as true also. So yeah, so blanket is true. There are three brand but contented. So for that, basically, if you see there are here was five brand, but this three brand, the brand phases, tone rule and brands. These are the specific brand that I have marked in webhook. You can see this webhook entry also. So if we give this body to our webhook, it will just give response as per this body. So if you want to create a entry, so it will just give this one. If you want to publish some entry which we build, so we will just put the same data which we have put in entry, same in publish, and then we will just click on publish. If we click on publish, then the data has been published, and we can check it on Contentstack if we like. Uh, there is an automate also, which will tell us that it is correctly integrated or not. So we can see here that it is perfectly integrated. Brand has been updated. Brand phases has been updated, and tone rule also has been updated. So yeah. So if we check in a context text, it has been updated. In asset also we can see that the changes has been made, response has been success, and yeah, so the same body which we are giving an entry, we have to pass on this publish output automate and asset route. So therefore the same changes will occur in all the stuff. Here I have configured launch also. I have integrated launch also, which will tell us uh, what is the app name, what is app details. So we can see I have named my stack smart find and replace. So therefore this is coming, the description I have given, capabilities and various other field which I have just mentioned. You can see the brand kit is integrated perfectly, automated integrated perfectly, and launch is also integrated perfectly. If you want to see the endpoint, these are the endpoints, so we can test it manually, which we have just webhooks and blanket. We can see here the launch action also. We can just give what action we have to perform, the text, and according to that our action will perform, and if there is no suggestion, the suggestion will be blank, and we can see what is the context, what are the count of the action performed, and this will show here. And once our action has been performed, we can see the response is 200 and launch integration is active connected to Contentstack dashboard. So if you want, we can see this. If we can see here what are the info part like stack, environment, development. This is my credential, like production credential. And so we can see various outcome. So this is basically a launch integration. And finally, I have integrated automate integration for content stack ease, if we want to say. So we can see like if we go on this automate workflow route, we can see our ID content brand ID, which I have just performed on various content type. So we can see here, like want to publish the entry brand, I have to publish the entry content analysis there is also there. So you just basically give what is the content type. I have just for when I was testing, I have deleted one content type which was brand kit kit as something. So I just deleted, so it won't show now. But yeah, you can see the content brand check is there. So first we can see this content brand check because we have just entered here. Uh, Therefore, when we post this, it will be published, and then we can see and get that the content is visible. If you want to particularly see some ID, then we have to mention that workflow ID here. And when we give the workflow ID here, we can see that ID specific fields, which you can see here. We can update it also as per our requirement. We just have to give what we have to update in our body. So when we give what we have to update in our body, then it will be automatically updated. We can see here this is true. And if you want to execute some process, then it will just give that the result are positive or negative. That the agent input I have entered the same body, therefore it's showing a false. If the body was different, then it would have shown a true. And the success criteria show that the API has been hit perfectly. And if I delete my content ID, so if like yeah, which I was telling blanket was previous one. If I hit the ID content brand check, And if I just enter here, and if I do, then the response will be true. And now when we will check for specific ID, then it won't show. So yeah, now we can see the response is false and the flow is working. So yeah, now I have shown you that I have implemented the automate launch webhook brand kit perfectly with, and the spaCy and NER my LLM model route, which is basically before which is basically using two models, TRF and SM model. TRF is a more advanced model, and the SM is a lightweight model, which will give a response as per the strength. And the suggest art is basically completely upon AI. And from here, user can see, preview, and apply also. So this was the smart find and replace project of my problem statement 3. And you can apply this project and see here in this dashboard also. uh, Maybe the, yeah, so you can see maybe just the glitch, so you can see here, and you can run it very well. So this was my project, and you can check it out. Thank you.